Something like a movie, right? Yeah, I know everybody don't want to talk about it, but look, we gonna talk about it. One thing we gonna do, we gonna talk about it. Getting topic. Let's get into it. We already here.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life and podcast. Up on the scene, nah, I mean, I'm your host, Tony D.
Ooh, and I'm your host, D to the J, still in the building like I ain't never left. Boy, and it feels so good. Bro, what's the business?
Man, you know what it is. Another one he do it Wednesday, man. He done did it.
Yeah.
How about you, man?
Yeah.
How you feel?
Hey, man. I ain't even finna play, man. I've had some weary days. I've had hills to climb. Man, listen, it's been one of them weeks, bro. You ever had like a situation at the gig, or maybe it's somebody, either a manager, it's somebody that, like, no matter how much you try to go against it, boy, they ruffle your feathers. You hear me? And it was one of those situations, bro. Like, I probably run into this person every 70 to 90 days. For real. And every time I go into it, telling myself, don't let them get you. You know what I'm saying? And every time when I'm headed home and I get in that car, I'm mad at myself. You understand? And I'm saying this for a reason, because it's going to go hand in hand with tonight's topic of healing despite the feeling, as we talk about mental health. And so time and time again, bro, this person would always get me there. Don't matter what I intended, they're gonna be sarcastic, facetious. They're gonna do all these things. So pimping last week, look, I had made up in my heart of hearts that when I start my car that day, I'm passing the test. Lifers, I am happy to say your boy finally passed that test. And when I say this person tried, they tried every trick that they had to present to me without it coming off really what they was trying to do, because that's really the root of it. Folks be trying to do some under, you know what I'm saying, they trying to do some stuff, you know what I'm saying, kind of like Team Rocket. They look like one of us, you did, but between Jesse James and Meow, they on some other stuff. You hear me? They ready to get it in. So
you said you got the victory, huh?
Man, I got the victory, like Ty said. You hear me? So
praise break.
I got that victory.
Hey. Yeah, and it was like that.
We're playing. We're gonna quit playing.
So boom, outside of that, Brody, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I moved into this week feeling a little bit further, I'm not gonna say in life, but feeling like a sense of accomplishment, because you finally got over this hump. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, boom. So now that you've conquered that, let's move on to another phase or area of your life that's been seeming to have you on them ropes. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all body shots, kidney, body, like chest, body, kidney, ribs. Like it happened on the wombo combos, bro. So that's what it do for me, man. I have seen the week through, bro.
Man, so since the last time we were live, man, just last week, I believe it was. And if you're in the St. Louis area, you know, anywhere in the St. Louis area, surrounding areas. So it's about 9:00 that morning. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember exactly.
It was Monday. It was Monday. We coming up out the school. It was kids' first day school back. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm actually working from home. I'm on the phone with a customer, and my house shook. Like I heard the noise, but it's always some type of construction or something going on. Could be a
Yeah.
truck or something. But my house shook, bro. Like my house shook so bad, like I felt like someone had ran off the street and ran in the crib.
Yeah.
And I had to go in
Bumps in a boat. Bumps in a boat.
And
Yeah.
I gotta walk around the crib, man. So long story short, there was a lot of homes destroyed. So there's been a benefit being held, man. There was a particular young man, I believe he just graduated high school, was at home during this time. I believe mother had just left, went for a walk, father had went to work, and here it is, the house next to him explodes, which pancaked his house on top of him, and he was in the basement. So this young man had to climb out from the basement, man, and burns on 85% of his body, man. So, bro, I'm gonna let you take it over from there, man, because it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things, man. And we don't want to go too much into details because again, this is a young man that's still dealing with some things. However, we received communication. There is an actual link for those who would like to help donate for this gentleman. And like I say again, it's one of those things. Everybody in the surrounding areas knows about it. Even in other states, it was people calling from states and states away. Like it's that much of a noisemaker nationally. And then even from the standpoint, the reports came about 4 days after that because there's still gas scares. Ideally, what's happening is there are gas leaks. And so there's parts of St. Louis that have been built on just old pipes, for lack of better words. And so as things get to happening, whether it's construction, whether it's any type of shift in anything that's taking place, it could potentially cause these lines to erupt. And so, you had that incident, which when it first happened, everybody assumed it was something else until you started to see how many homes in the true blast area, the impact zone. And so, you had things like Walmart was evacuated. I want to say that was just Friday, and same way in the same area. So it just has a lot of people tense right now. So we do have ways for people to donate if they want to do that. And this is the actual Cash App itself that'll kind of help you to get to this young man and be able to help support him as he's on his road to recovery. Bro, I'm gonna let you transition it because I don't want to kind of couple that with what I got next before we jump in and we jump in.
So again, tomorrow, man, hey, y'all know what time it is. Y'all already see. Got it on. Let them see it. Yeah. Go Birds, Super Bowl champs. We kick off the season against Dallas. I see you back there. I see you down there. I got you in a minute. But we kick off tomorrow, man, Thursday night game. Dallas, I believe, took a step back, trading a generational talent. I'm a football fan. I'm a diehard Eagles fan, but I'm a football fan nonetheless. So when things happen on different teams, it's like who's running, who's pulling the strings and the levers behind the curtain, man? Because lights is on, but ain't nobody home. Like real talk. So y'all know where I'm gonna be at. Get them wings and things ready, lips and fingertips. Hey, after 7 o'clock tomorrow, don't call me, don't text me, don't Facebook me, nothing. I hear from you after the game, my friend. So, tonight, man, great episode popping tonight. Mental health, healing despite the feeling. And as you know, for the last 2.5 years, man, everything that we've talked about has coupled with mental health, whether it's relationships, marriage, children, work, dealing with our own self, dealing with others. We got a special guest tonight, man. I call him, by his name because tonight we're going down to the true man. He's an artist. Been knowing him quite a while when I was doing Kingdom Talk Radio. We'll hear a little bit more about him before Well, after the break, brother. Bro, what do you want to comment on tonight's topic, man, before we get this thing popping?
Yeah, for sure. So before we get into that, last thing I got for the lifers, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, sponsorship. As we continue to do particular things, whether it's the merchandise, you see the tumbler over there to the left, we've got hats, we've got Scullies, we've got hoodies, we've got tees, we've got socks. I'm telling y'all, I'm even coming with draws, and y'all think I'm playing, man, but y'all know this is not a game. You understand me? So the reality is this, though. As we continue to support small businesses, local businesses, we're also looking for some type of sponsorship, and to where we're going to put together a nice little package for those to donate and have a tiered process. And that money in turn will be used for us to do particular things, such as donate to a lot of causes that we're seeing as popping up. And then even be able to get back to doing the things that we've done the past 2 Thanksgivings, to where we're supporting the family. And as we said in the years past, we've had to go into our own pockets, which we don't mind, but those resources are going to be limited because of all the other responsibilities. So if everybody's just doing a little part, I feel like we can do some things. So that's that. In regards to this tonight's topic, mental health, healing despite the feeling, man, I'm looking forward to hearing what our guest has to say. I'm looking to hear what you got to say, and just sharpen iron, man, and just really talk through some things so that we can, again, get this track on right.
Indeed. Hey, so without further ado, side note, though, we want to let you know that our Life Be Life in draws are going to come with a padded inseam, because life is going to keep on lifing. And you ain't got a life. Yeah,
and we will not be there to talk about that. We will not be there to talk about that.
How about this count? Running.
Yeah. The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life in podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
Do you suffer from a big head? 4, 5, 6, 7 head, 4 head, meathead? Well, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Life Be Life in Podcast. We have that prescription, that Devo Lighty, for everybody who's got forehead.
Back up on the scene,
What's up, y'all? It's Big Joe Slicing here, man. And if y'all not on Life Be Life every Wednesday, man, what is you doing? I'm going to be tapping in, so make sure y'all tap in. Let's go.
It's Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Life Be Life Life Be Life podcast you listen to? Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. The Life Be Life podcast is going on. And if you got tuned in, then what are you doing?
Life Be Life podcast.
8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Your host,
Tony D and D to the J. How about that?
Lord have mercy.
So you know what, man?
Yo.
I have to flip the script real quick, just because I heard the track earlier, man, and I really believe that it's going to lead into some deep conversations, man. Well, let him tell us about it when he come on, man, because we're about to introduce it to the world. So we have Crisis, y'all, by artist Bishop Nelson. So let's check this out real quick.
Yes, sir.
Lost in my mind with nowhere to go. Deep inside my mind is mental. This load is too heavy, I can't take no more. That's why I say, Lord, I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't hide the tears I cry. I said I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't lie. Trying to suppress these feelings from all this pain that I'm dealing with. Deep inside of me, sparking up a rap, yet I can't fake it. Times I feel I won't make it, to the point popping pills I can't take. Put a pistol to my head, trying to blow my brains out. Problems after problems and they continue to pile. Will it ever end? Since I'm full of doubt. Constantly I pray, but I still lose bouts. Fears Physically, I'm here, but mentally, I'm deceased. Caught in a war, deteriorating inside of me. I should be full of life, but death in front of me. How can I expect love without it? Lost in my mind with nowhere to go. Deep inside my mind is being told. This load is too heavy, I can't take no more. That's why I say, Lord, I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't hide the tears I cry. Said I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't lie. Got a wife and some kids, so much dysfunction. Tell me what it is. A lot of times I just want to quit. We're running from my problems, won't handle it. I know I'm not perfect and I don't try to be the best I can be, cause I'm my own enemy. I was raised like this, it was birthed in me. Clouded thoughts in my mind and negativity. Diagnosed a major mental disease. Prescribed a product to take control of me. A balance is all that I really need. But the journey gets hard trying to find peace. Lost in my mind with nowhere to go. Deep inside my mind is being told. This load is too heavy, I can't take no more. That's why I say, Lord, I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't hide the tears I cry. Said I'm sick and I'm tired and I just can't lie, I wanna cry.
Let's do it then.
Yo.
All right, y'all. Introducing to some, presenting to others, the artist, Bishop Nelson. Hey, he earned Vickens tonight because we about to get down to it. What's going on, bro?
Yo.
What's up with it, bro?
How you feeling, man?
Man, I can't complain.
I'm all
How
right.
you doing tonight?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there, bro. You know,
hey,
shout out to y'all for having me first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
allowing
indeed.
me to do this. You know,
yeah.
Honestly, I would say
indeed.
y'all the first. Y'all the first.
We appreciate it, man. My saying is, if you're not hanging in, you hanging out, man. So gotta hang in there, man. And we're gonna get into it, man. Real spit. So, bro, I'm gonna let you kick this thing off tonight. I'm gonna sit back and drink out of my water out of my life. You like to come on.
Man, look, so we've heard the music, and we definitely gonna get into that. Matter of fact, let's do this. But before we even learned about you as a person, man, talk to us about that track.
Well, honestly, that track there, it's been something in the making for a very long time, since I started going through my mental illnesses that I deal with. And I wrote the lyrics, and I never finished it because I never had no beat. And honestly, I found that track there, I believe on BeatStars, and I linked with the producer and got it. And it just like honestly hit me. So and it filled in all the blanks for me. So I was able to finally dig deep into myself. Even writing it, it was hard because it's like I always wanted to write dearly from my heart like that. Total transparency. And the things that I was going through helped me do it, but I had to find the right missing piece was the track. And so I did it, man, and that time it was a very dark. Each verse was a time, the storm I was going through, and then even the second verse, another phase. And so that it kind of came about throughout those situations.
Okay.
So what very heavy situation.
What did hearing that completion mean to you though? So you was able to dig in deep into the, you know what I'm saying, almost really the pits of your soul, because I know what that's like, having to pull them type of lyrics. What type of release or rejuvenation, like when you finally hear that playback, how does it sit with you?
I felt a total release, like you said. I felt like chains had fallen, because for me to speak those things, it was very vulnerable and, touching places, and to be that vulnerable, for me to muster up that courage to do it, I I felt very light. Like all of that was so, and it was able to come out of me.
Okay.
When I did it, and I finally heard it, and I was just like amazed. Like, oh my God, I did it. I did it. I reached the depths to where I was trying to go within myself as an artist and as a person, because my music is therapy too.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's how I did it. And I felt very light from it. And every time I play it back, it used to be so emotional. But now it's like a sense of freedom, because it's a dark part to the song too.
Yeah.
But listeners was like people who helped me. Shout out to my boy Pookie, Hypno Hop Music, and Brad Young. And they were listening to the original lyrics, the uncut version. I kept screaming, "I want to die, I want to die, I want to die," instead of cry. And I got convicted. So I was already feeling it, and then when they heard it, it was like they was helping mix it for me. And it was like, man, I don't know if you want your listeners to constantly speak that I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. Not even yourself. Right. So I revised it, and I just said I want to cry, because that's what it was making me feel. So I spoke that to make it better, because I know life and death lies in the power of the tongue. So I had to really take that in, because it's like, I don't want people chanting this. You know what I'm saying? Because you speaking it, you allowing yourself to let those spirits come in on you and take control of you.
Absolutely. It's no different than some daily affirmations. Yeah.
And you know, so even that conviction before they even said it, and I already know it was none but the Lord, and I was just like, okay, I went on it. It gave me confirmation. So I just changed it to that. But the majority, I felt great getting it out, man. And all I want to do with the track is just use my transparency to help others break the silence, you know.
Okay.
And, so no matter how you do it, go ahead.
So tell us about kind of the road that led. I know, you know, there was a few things that kind of transpired. Tell us what brought you to the point of A, understanding that I'm sinking, and B, knowing that as I continue to sink, if I don't start clawing my way back out, I'm gonna let this thing consume me.
Well, it wasn't during. It was time after the record, for real. It wasn't even during that time. During that time I wrote it, I knew I was sinking, but I would say to reach that point, like you asking, it was probably like a month ago, June. You know what I'm saying? Because too much conspired, and it was even causing me to be off balance in my head, my medication and everything, and I basically end up, you know what I'm saying, causing bad effects with my family, you know, and my children, and because I wasn't in the right headspace, and I just, in my heart was being convicted, because when I really process it all, because, you know, once you go through that and things occur and you left alone, now, you know, it's time to process what really was going on in your role in it. And it was just so heavy on me. It's just like, I cannot do this no more. I just can't, you know. And so, yeah, it's just kind of hard to explain, but it just made me feel like it's just, I can't keep losing. I've lost a lot in my life.
Yeah.
And I can't lose the last thing I have. Only thing that I feel I have is worth me doing any of this for, you know, not just music, just living, everything, my life, my family, my wife, and my children. And, you know, and I just choose that, and I'm choosing life, because even out of the suicidal attempts, I'm still here. You're talking to me. It did not work, did not prevail. And it's just like, okay, I can't end it, you know. God ain't ending it. I'm begging him, you know. So it's like, out of all of that, I just realized it's life I have to live, and I have like you saying, what the topic is, you know, in spite the feeling, it's like in spite of me wanting the feeling of wanting to die, I want to leave this earth because of all of that. I can't because he's not letting me. So it's like I had to really put myself down and start trying to realize the problem in me. So it's like the pride had to go, a lot of it, and I'm still working on it. And you know, it's like I said, I just had to let it go, you know, and a lot of different things, and because I know I don't want to lose nothing else. Majority I've lost to cause a lot of mental problems, grief, and everything on me was through deaths, and this is life. My wife, my children are alive, living and breathing, and I don't want to lose that because of what's going on with me.
Yeah.
So in spite of me wanting, I'm trying to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Bishop. I want to stop real quick because you made a point. I barely caught it, and so I want to make sure that the lifers hear you. You said that you tried to take your life how many times?
About 3.
So then we went to the things that you still have to live for and the children. And so, man, honest question, how do you parent without the mental illness aspect trying to almost influence how you parent, if that makes sense?
Honestly, I'm still looking for that answer too. I just keep going. I keep doing because it's obvious I'm not so, you know what I'm saying, mentally depressed or anything where I can't kind of function. But if I'm off my medicine, I can't, you know, but it's like I still feel, you know, right and wrong, and so the correction. So like with my last set of kids, my daughter and my son, he's 11 and she's 5. I'm trying to do different from what I did with their older siblings, where I know I was in the midst and not knowing no better and just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn from those things. I'm learning and trying to gain more of. I'm basically mainly trying to be mainly on breaking these generational curses that occur, because I'm aware of now what's all solely going on behind all of that, you know. And I mean, it's another topic for another show, but I'm just aware of those spirits that's encamping and causes me to be like this. Because you dig deep into my testimony, it was a time to where you might as well say me and my brothers was worshiping the devil. We were making songs, talking about all that, you know, playing with entities that we didn't even know about. I was little, sitting in seances. I was making agreements with a word I didn't even know. But now that I'm aware of all this, and I'm trying to, that's why I was like, that parenting part now, it's trying to be shifted now. It's being more mature now. Still a process, because my parents wasn't the best. Nobody was, not a handbook. But I'm trying to do better, different from what I did with the last. Be more empathetic. Like I said in the song, how can I expect love without empathy? Being more empathetic, because I never had it. I never cared. You know, my heart didn't change until I prayed for God to change my heart, because it's too hard. I want to feel. Now it's like I'm feeling so much. It's like, oh, what I asked for. But hey, I feel I'm alive. I'm feeling that. When once I did not feel no emotion, no nothing, because of the way I was raised and the traumas in childhood that I came up through. So I you know what I'm saying? So I'm just melting it. And my little daughter, I love my baby girl to death. And I'm telling the world right now, I love all my kids, but that little girl changed me. And that's why I'm being like this now and more fighting like this now. And I did not expect it. I did not expect it. She changed me, and she does so much for me. You know, it choked me up even thinking about it, because she does so much for me. She don't know I need her more than she needs me.
Yeah, true.
Because of that.
So as a father, as a man, first off and foremost, man, we want to commend you, for just being vulnerable in front of the world right now. Being able to talk about, you know, your medical situation, your personal situation, your emotional situations. And I feel like that's a big part of taking responsibility, you know what I'm saying, for my actions, as a person, as a man. So as we talked about a little bit about, the seances, we kind of gravitated back towards your youngest daughter. And it's crazy, just because similar situation, circumstance. So tell me what properties, what mindset around that child made you decide, like, okay, I gotta do something different now.
Mm-hmm.
She holds a very significance to me because my mother passed in I think it was like 2019 or 18. But beforehand, she preached to me that you got all these boys, and you my youngest, and you got all these boys. I guess I ain't gonna never have no granddaughter from you until I'm gone. So that time came, she's gone, and I found out my wife's pregnant, and then we found out it's a girl. And I'm like, oh my God, such a, and then when she was born, the comparisons, I even have pictures on my Facebook, the comparisons, I made a mirror image, and she looks like my mama. We would call her, my mama named Judy. This little girl never met my mama. We was like, Judy. She'll look up, huh? My mama used to like to smoke her cigarettes, so it's like, I caught her immolating a cigarette, like, and we don't smoke cigarettes. I was like, girl, don't do that, but it's just certain things that I see in my mother in her. And it ain't that I was naturally looking for, it just happened. And then also every time since she was little up to now, she ain't got to know nothing wrong with daddy. She come to me and grab me, hold me, hug me. That's my comfort, my piece of my God inside of my baby girl. You know what I'm saying? The way she touches me, it's like an angel's touch. Mm-hmm. So I feel my mother's spirit is in her, letting me know, because some of her dying words was uttering, worrying about, because I'm her youngest. What's going to be with me, and it's for her to come and fill that void, take away that hurt, and help me nurture through it. It's my little angel in the flesh.
Yeah.
And she don't even know it. She's just my daughter. Yeah. So that's the big scenario. It makes like, hold on, man. This little girl caught me off guard, making me think different about women, all types of things. It's like she does so much for me, man. And I couldn't imagine why it would be if she wouldn't have came along. Not saying her brother wasn't good enough or the older ones wasn't. It's just at that time, God placed something into my life to where He know I was missing a void.
Yeah.
And this little girl is feeling it. You know, it might sound strange, I don't know, but
it really doesn't.
It don't.
It doesn't. It's common. And I would even say, for a lot of people, the other children did that. The other children did that too. It was just what you needed at that phase until you was able to the point to where the water wasn't as choppy, and now you can kind of see things a little clearer. If you stop, I challenge you to go look at, because I had to do this. And so even when you started off and you saying, you know what, my mother asked this, she always wanted this, and this baby, the granddaughter, didn't come until after she wasn't here. And I know a lot of people in the family might have looked at that and been like, oh, that's not fair. Or if only she could have got to meet him. Man, God just works different. So I've given this testimony before. So Halloween of last year, we buried my sister, right? So for me, Halloween, man, is the month of October is just different. It's special. The atmosphere, the vibes, the everything, the weather, it's always been beautiful. The movies, I've always loved it. And so in this moment, I'm at this grave site, and I'm just like, man, this day is never going to be the same. Every single day until God calls me home, I'm going to always think about this moment at this point in time, right? So in the midst of me at this gravesite, it's nobody but me, my wife, in this casket. I've seen every other car drive off. And I took the time. I'm asking God, man, and I'm asking him, I know it's got to be something in this moment, and I ain't going to shy away from it like I did the first time I lost a sibling. And I ain't know what to do the second time I lost a sibling. But I'm going to listen. And in this time, I'm going to stay until I get an answer. I feel I get an answer. And out of all of that grief, there was one car that stayed behind. Bishop, man, this was my daughter who had made the journey 257 miles to accompany me. And it's at this point in time that I found out that I would have a grandchild that is set to be born. Not only would the grandchild be born, the grandbaby was projected to be really almost on my birthday. She was born the day before. In that same manner, my sister had one daughter. She never had a baby. My niece is pregnant. My niece is set to have her baby. It's projected the due date is on the day that we buried my sister. So I said all that, lifers, just to say this, man. There's some things that are going to happen that on the surface you really can't tell what it's for. And you might be an old man or woman before that day is revealed. And sometimes God will show you quicker, but everything has a purpose, its own place, its own time, and its own season. And so all we have to do sometimes is just stop rushing, fall back. Like you said, when you said, I'm going to change the words from saying I want to die to I want to cry. Understanding that there's power in those words. And just the things we speak over ourselves. Instead of everything being such a down and a bad day, let's speak the positive. So I just wanted to give that real quick, bro. I'm gonna turn it over to you, but I just really knew that if somebody listening to that, man, that really is only gonna see the negative, like, yeah, I wish they could have met. But there is a blessing in what we're having happen. And we might not know it yet, but I can promise you one day Bishop is gonna come back with a whole nother testimony about that part.
Indeed. So, Bishop Nelson, where do we go from here, man? So we talked about the mental health, we talked about the healing. So now let's talk about despite the feeling. So as you get up every day, you understand that there's a course of action that you have to take to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you on course for the day. Tell me how that goes, man. Despite the feeling, how do you continue to push on?
I don't know. I kind of used to couldn't answer the question, but all I can come up with, it ain't me. And I ain't trying to be preachy or nothing. Everybody know I'm really not like that. But all I know is not me, because my strength, my own, a lot of times I just stop saying because I'm realizing I have to. Obviously, I'm still here, so I figure out a way to keep pushing. And thinking about that and, you know, thinking about the aspect of my family and everything, I try to use that for motivation. And, you know, it's hard for myself to muster it up on my own, though. It's hard. I ain't gonna like I just spring up. Someday I have very few, very, very small few, less than a handful of days I get up feeling great. Other days I just get up and I just on with the flow. Because, you know, even with all the stuff going on, like, I'm battling the diabetes stuff that's causing my eyes to, I have an issue, juxtafoveal something with my eyes to where distorting my sight. You know, looking at y'all, it's blurry, it's very blurry, and it ain't no lenses or nothing could help. I have a hole in my retina. But, you know, it's just so much I'm dealing, but in spite of all of that, I'm just trying to just stop focusing on my current circumstances and just trying to find a way to get up. And a lot of people talk to me like I ain't doing much. But I like, for the mere fact that I get up, I get dressed, I try to get myself together, I'm moving. Maybe not as much as anybody would like, or the picture that they seen painted of somebody, you know, doing it, but I'm moving, because you just don't know the days. If you haven't been there, you don't know the days of where mentally you straight deceased because you're like the walking living dead. You know what I'm saying? You're not alive. You're not doing nothing. You're not bathing, brushing teeth, doing nothing. A lot of this stuff, and I ain't gonna front it, it's caused teeth to fall out my mouth. Like a lot, man. And I'm just transparent because I know the severities of these things, and it takes a toll on your body and deteriorates you. You know what I'm saying? The depression, the mental stuff, all of it. You know what I'm saying? The physical, diabetes and all that crap.
Yeah.
All that it's just so much. You know what I'm saying? And it all takes a toll on the inside.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I describe it like that. So it's very hard. I ain't gonna say like I actually do or not, but it's very little days that I get up like that. Other day I just get up and I just know it ain't me though, and I just keep going. I just, Lord, help me, give me strength or whatever. I try to, occupy myself, but my mind just stays drifting, and it's like even on my meditation.
What you got, Brody?
Man, that's it's a lot, and I think that there's things people really don't take into consideration. And so this isn't the first time we've heard the mental journey. 2 years ago when we first started this, episode 3 was a mental health episode, and we learned a lot. So we've heard this before. My thing, man, what type of pushback, if any, hopefully none, from the community? Like, it's so many people, man, when you get to talking about, I'm dealing with certain things, man. Like, what kind of support do you get from the community, or the contrary, when you say I need mental health?
It's only certain people, certain ones. My boy STL, he's been a good instrument with me. His brother. It's just a few people. It ain't a lot. Others kind of give you the perception of what they say about a man. Chin up, chest out, keep moving. Keep on moving. But that could be taken in a positive and a negative way. Because I understand we still, no matter what, have to get up and try to keep moving. But it's how you saying it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just brush it off. Man, just get over that, man.
True.
You can't keep doing that because that's what shames us and makes us ashamed to even speak.
Yeah.
Now, nobody care, and that's what causes suicide rates because you can't speak. You go silent until it consumes you.
Right. And it goes deeper than that, though. It goes deeper than that. But you there. Because like you said, we feel alone, right? You feel alone, and then your mind starts talking to you, and bro, you can speak to this. You start feeling like, don't nobody know what I'm in. The enemy was almost tricking you, thinking you solo dolo, right?
Done all, your mind's done all that.
And then that's when it get wicked.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. It gets very wicked, and the temptations, the tempting, and I've even spoken, and I shouldn't have never spoken. I asked for repentance. You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness for it, and I'm forgiving myself for it. But even times it got so down, it's just like, well, God, you ain't doing nothing, and all this. I just don't give him my soul.
Yeah,
because I knew I was connected with him, shook hands with him back in the day. Now I know that, but I thought I was a dummy playing, rapping, and but not knowing I'm really doing the same thing. Like people like they say 3 6 Mafia was doing. It was off their music, so it's like, black dark basements making people run from us. Like, man, these dudes ain't just rapping, man. Y'all we thought they were tripping. Like, we just rapping, man. But behind the scenes, it opened up some stuff that, and I'm in a space where I'm even fighting that. It's all spiritual. It ain't gonna just put it all on mental. It's all spiritual, and it's using that to destroy me. Because the enemy can't kill us without permission, right? You know what I'm saying? So he uses our mental illnesses to destroy us to where we take ourselves out. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it through my lens, because that's what he tried to do. It just didn't work. It wasn't God telling me that, and because of my free will, God removed his grace a little bit. and let me be tempted. But it's just now it's just like it's just too much. Now I'm aware of what it is. The Leviathan spirits and Jezebel spirits, all them spirits is consumed on me, and I'm in a space to where now, you know, that true deliverance need to be set in for me, so I can. That's when I'm truly gonna answer your question, truly set free, because I thought I was in 2011 when I got baptized, got to speaking in tongues months later, everything. But guess what? Just because of that, I was under attack even more. Stopped me from doing my ministry, everything I was doing. You know, just destroyed it all, and it's like. And now it's on the attack for my marriage, you know what I'm saying, and my children's lives. And it's like, I'm aware of you now. So I'm on the aspect of trying to face them because I can't. And the deliverance is what's going to solely heal me. Not no doctors, medications and all that, or nothing. I know that the true deliverance from the Holy Spirit, from God, from Jesus, is gonna heal me, and that's where I'm at. And then when that happens, I know I'm gonna solely be free, you know, because I'm aware of what's going on with me. It takes a lot of analyzing and processing to really get there, and it's the wisdom from God that reveals you to me. And so it's like that's the only way to overcome it all for real. And if people that's not a believer, then I mean, I don't know, but all I can speak on is that because I am a believer, because I know he's real.
But at some point, even if you don't believe, but this is the thing I'm gonna say, man. I know there's a lot of people out there that are atheists, right? But you to believe in nothing is something a totally different conversation. But before I ever believed that there was a God, bro, I knew that there was a devil. You understand? Because I seen his works. I seen the shadows. I heard the voices. I felt the fear. So I knew he was real. So even for those who say they don't believe in God, you believe in something. So there has to be something that you say, you know what? Even for a non-believer, if you get that down in the pit, bro, it don't care whoever hand reach out there to come get you, you grabbing it. So even a non-believer gonna get to the point your mental health is doing you so greasy that whoever you believe in, Allah, Confucius, Jesus, Buddha, whoever it is, you're gonna get to that point.
Yeah.
So,
yes, they will.
Well, Bishop, we appreciate you even stopping by tonight, man, bearing it all, telling it all. What's next for you, man? What you got on the plate next?
Pretty much, man. I'm trying to get back. I got some other stuff that I'm getting in the lab to do. You know, working on pretty soon. So that's pretty much it. Music-wise, EP, but for real, my main focus is getting myself together, man, so I can work to become the man God want me to be, not what I really want to be, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because my way hasn't been working. And I'm at a dead end road, brick wall. I don't know what to, right from left, what to do. So made even a space to where I'm in isolation, you know what I'm saying? Apart from everything that I had, if you catch my drift, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's all solely got to focus on him, relying on him. And that's where I'm at. So he can work on me, and he is. You know what I'm saying? It's all a process, and it's still hurtful. Because, you displaced, you feel alone. But I'm having a little decent village gather around, and it's even been more than I thought I ever had, But even opportunity, Brother Tony, man, even not just doing this, we talk behind the scenes too, people from my fam from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So he like a bro to me for real, family.
You the same with me, and you know people that I know, but we'll talk again off the internet. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bishop, man,
it's just pretty much mainly that, man. Get my life together, man, and trying to walk in the ways that I need to, man.
Yeah.
Get back on the path I was supposed to be on and just stay there.
Indeed. Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put you on in the background. Feel free to stay on. I know, you know what I'm saying, with kids, school, we got stuff to do. Feel free to leave if you have to. We go give our synopsis of the topic and get up out of here for the night, all right?
All right.
All right, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Salute to you, man.
Sure.
Hey,
You too,
we ain't
bro.
nothing but an inbox away. You hear
Big
me?
facts. Yeah.
So,
All right, we'll do it.
All right.
All righty. Hey, go Birds. You don't have to do it before we left. All right, man, my boy, we'll get with you later. Brody. Come on, man. Hit me with it. What you got?
Man, that was a lot. And I really hope lifers, those that's, going to catch this in various platforms, really appreciate the level of vulnerability that it takes. One, to just say whatever's going on in your life that could be contrary to what other people want to hear. Then to be a man, you know what I mean? A black man, and there's so much stigma around, being able to voice your opinion, even saying somebody that's going to get mental health, that's taking medicine, as he's saying, and is on a program or a regimen to stay in line. He mentioned getting the Holy Ghost. He mentioned giving his life to God. And so sometimes things can get contradictory because God is supposed to be the all in all. But I want people to also understand that God has empowered man to be able to do the things that he wants to do. And so there's no harm and no foul. If you need help, go get help. And I wish I had a thought, and I apologize, lifers, but we will circle it in a post that's attached to this feed. But I would have really liked to know, when he made the decision, I need help and I need this step, what was the first step? What facility doctor was on the horn when he picked that up? The other things that he spoke to, bro, that there are days he might not feel like he's the best version of him. He said there's days that he don't even know how he's going to do it. I don't even know how I do it. I just do it. And this is a lot of people's reality. And this is why we, a lot of times, bro, we have to be very cautious, man, about the things we say and do. And I've often talked about how much people play. You understand? And I can say that. If ain't nobody on this net can say about playing too much, I can say about playing too much. But I also understand that there's a time and a place. There's circumstances. You know what I'm saying? There's circumstance. Everything ain't funny. You understand? And there's some people whose temperament, whose mental is so fragile, it's so frail, bro. You understand? Some people's livelihood is hanging on a string, a mere string. And your words, your play, they've lost somebody significant to them, even if it's not death, has left them. And you too busy playing, not knowing that was the final straw, right? And this is why I said I almost wish that for some people, before we made that decision to troll them, heckle them, whatever it is you want to see, I wish there was a clicker that we could look at to get an idea of the words that we say, how it's going to impact somebody. And them is real bars, bro. So I'm curious about your thoughts, man. Like what do you feel hearing everything?
Hey, it takes a lot to admit to yourself. It takes a big person.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a person that has really accepted the situation, the circumstance, the outcome, the fallout, to say, you know what, that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've accepted that and I know that it's on me, I need to start taking, evasive action. I need to start putting some things, what caused me to boil over here? What was it an action by me? Was it a series of events? Second of all, man, to come on, on the net, might as well say, because we everywhere.
Yeah.
And really talk about it. One of the things, man, that grabbed me was his his composure, his countenance.
Mm.
So on one end of the fence, it's like, this is something that I need to talk about. Yes, I'm being bold to talk about it. But bro, I heard remorse in his, like, just in his voice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like as he told, I'm not bragging on this, man. Like, I'm ashamed of this, but I'm putting it out there, hopefully that it will save others the same speed bump. Because, a lot of times, what you in jail for? Oh man, I killed 3 people. What you in jail for? Oh man, I robbed this house. They say it trying to be bold.
Yeah.
As I listened, as he was bold, but there was conviction, there was compassion in his voice, man. He there was no sentence that came out that he took pride on saying. And as a man, I appreciate that because that lets me know I've been real with myself about the matter. Now, because I've been real with myself and I'm taking the appropriate steps to do what I need to do, I can talk to others. Lastly, do you know, as a married man, as a father, do you know the amount of strength it takes for Superman to admit that kryptonite can kill him?
Mm-hmm.
That, I believe, man, that was a huge, it was fortitude for him to admit to his family, to his wife, man, because you know how we are.
Yeah.
Sometimes our leg hurt, our back hurt, our stomach hurt. No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it pushing. And for someone to open up the S and reveal that I too have a weakness, that's strength, man, because unfortunately, a lot of men have too much pride. They're too heady, and they allow that to take them out of commission, bro. So, again, man, hey, mental health healing despite the feeling. We got to push on, man. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. It ain't easy, bro. It's not easy.
Yeah, but you know what he said too, though, man, that kind of caught my attention. So he said that he feels like he's able to recognize what is taking place, and it's almost like when you realize that this is a spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? Yes, it's mental, but it's metaphysical too.
Yep.
And there's things beyond our control that try to influence what we do control. So a lot of times when people can't fall asleep and you hearing all them voices, hey, you got to speak. You have to claim dominion over whatever it is and get that back. But he said, I recognize it. I recognize my adversary. I know my enemy now. And so you able to move a little bit different when I recognize that you were the one that, like you, by your example, that holds that kryptonite. Now I'm able to protect and shield things. And that's something that I would want to just tell everybody, man, is when you look yourself in the mirror, self-examine, find out really what it is that's causing whatever has you in this funk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, it might seem funny. Sometimes it's a chemical imbalance that might take place based on what you eat or drink. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to leave this swine alone, not for the strength of high blood pressure, but on the strength that when you eat pork, it makes you an animal. It makes you a monster. You know what I'm saying? And I can vouch for that. I found that to be true about 3 years back, and I couldn't figure out why I could be in a great mood, and then all of a sudden I would be depressed and angry at the same time, until I started realizing that once I consumed this, surely thereafter, something took place inside of me, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not being ignorant, but I felt like Eeyore, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you just didn't care about anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be left alone, but you don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to recognize what you're dealing with, man, is going to make all the difference in the world. I truly believe that.
Hey, because life is going to keep on lifing, and we're going to be here to talk about it. I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, D to the J, still in the building like I ain't never left. And I'm asking God to bless everybody dealing with anything that's going on inside of their mental. We asking everybody's going to get covered tonight. I'm asking for rest, asking for peace, some place of refuge. If you don't have nobody, I want y'all to understand this, bro. And I'm going to say this as we clicking out. Give me 30 quick seconds, man. Life Be Life, a podcast is not what a lot of people think. Yeah, we here to talk about things. I want y'all to understand our inbox is open. We can't be everywhere, but we can speak to everything. It's a lot easier. And some of the things that we talk about, God has given us some abilities that this is what we do. So, man, if you're going through something, you don't want to be on camera, you don't even really want to reveal who you is, and you just dealing with things you want somebody to share it with, whether it's a ear, you want feedback, Life Be Life and Podcast. You see the email below, the YouTube, holler at us, bro. That's what it do.
Something like a movie, right? Yeah, I know everybody don't want to talk about it, but look, we're going to talk about it. One thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about it. Any topic.